Do I feel like, am I freezing? It ain't gonna let me share the entire screen. Okay. Let me see. Share window. Was that the window I'm looking for? Yeah, let's do that. I'll just move that over. Okay. All right, let's see if I have. Channel. Okay, let me see if let me make sure I'm getting some really good. All right, I think I'm okay. Let me make sure Instagram can see this on some. Voila. Let's get it cracking. All right. Let's get this shit cracking. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me make sure I can hear myself. All right, I'm gonna do a few little shares here. What's going on? Y'all come on in. We're about to get to some real important information about this fake that's going on in Chicago. One of the messages in Chicago was that let me show you here. Hold up, let me show you. Let me show you what they said that's going on right now in Chicago. The bird was falling out of the sky in Chicago. So let me just get that real quick on my other phone. Let me see. Here we go. All right. So that's the message on my other phone. Bird flu leaves hundreds of ducks dead and sick. Few things. Hold on. Let me turn on my other Wi-Fi because I forgot I turned it off. All right, because I don't want this to break up or anything like that. I don't really need this camera on. I can turn this shit off because that's just gonna blow me. All right, so as you see right here, congressionally mandated research plan and initial research governance framework related to solar radiation modification. So right now, we are being radiated. This is not an experiment. It's going to sound like experiment for what you might see in this book, but let me tell you, this shit has been going on for over 20, 30, 40 years, however long we want to say. All right. So this is no longer an experiment. Right now, it's more innovated that we are definitely controlling. Okay. So they were saying that bird flu leaves hundreds of ducks dead. Well, let me get to something real quick so we can take a look at this. All right. Um, what I want to show you guys, YouTube might not be able to see this, but I'll try to pull something up. Hold on. Let me see what I got here. Let me pull up Plume Labs air quality. We always got to go to the air quality. I like going to the air quality because it literally tries to understand, and everybody can go to this app and take a look at it. This is just an app. This is so people can see it on YouTube because I'm on my YouTube channel as well. Um, but I'll pull it up on the phone for you guys so you guys can see the app. Very simple. All right. So as you can see, it was pretty high earlier. I pulled up a few other. The reason I have Kansas in here, Kansas City, because they were dealing with TB. They had a TB outbreak. And then Austin, Texas, they were talking about they were going to have a heat wave. So all this stuff matters. When they talk about heat wave, Arctic blast, outbreaks, you can expect it to be associated with radiation pulses and chemicals, aerosols in the atmosphere, bacteria, things of that nature. I actually have a little bit on my arm. Hold on, let me turn this light on. I'm going to show you. It rained in Chicago, right? I don't know if you guys can see a little mark right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to point at it too. Let me see if I can sit this light down in a decent place. It rained in Chicago. It's about right here. The raindrop hit about right here. I had my gloves on, but my arm came out and it hit right there. And then it was red ever since. So I put alcohol on it. But it's bacteria. It's a parasitic bacteria. So it pretty much, and it was acid rain. So it pretty much eat through. And it looks like a scratch. It looks like a scratch. Look like somebody scratched me. But I kid you not. I didn't scratch it. I didn't injure myself or anything. This came from the rain, acid rain. Okay. I have one. I had one on my eye. It's kind of going away more, but I got one on my eye and it wasn't even raining at all. So this is just a bacteria that comes from the PM 2.5. So let me just kind of show you what that is on here. That comes from these here is your bacteria. PM 2.5, PM 10. That's your bacteria, your heavy metals, other aerosols included with that. Then you have your NO2. This can also create an acidic to your skin and break your skin open. And as you can see, the NO2 is definitely, in my opinion, is high. And then the ozone, in my opinion, is high. I can always go back and actually it shows you right here that the ozone level. This is the World Health Organization goes by micrograms. Okay. The annual rate for ozone is at 60. We're already over that, and it's been consistent actually all day. These levels just went down. These were actually higher earlier, and then this was higher earlier as well. We can actually take a look at that. It looks like it goes back to like 6 a.m. in the morning. So now let's go take a look and see what they were earlier. And as you can see, these things were higher earlier 42. Hold on one second. 51. Here we go. 49, which would be 25 over here. That's very high for NO2. All right. The PM 2.5 was really high. The numbers are actually higher than that. It's just not showing here for some odd reason. But they were definitely higher than that, especially yesterday, last night. It was way higher than that. Like this number was in the hundreds last night, in the maybe about 90, 100, somewhere around there last night. So during the day, it actually started to come down. And then let's see what it looks like for the week. So you have your spikes. Let's get that top number there. That was on the 29th, Wednesday. It spiked. And as you can see, the PM10, when the PM10 in the ozone, when both of these numbers up, in my experience, what I experienced as far as what I felt is the oxygen in the air is less. And this will be associated with a lot of bacteria. So this is why it's important to mask up, because this will get in. It still gets through the mask. Don't get me wrong. But if you're not masked up, it gets worse. This is where your sore throats come from. This is where your lung infections come from. And we're talking about immediately. Okay, this is where your mouth sores come from. This is where your ear itching comes from, your eye itching, your face itching, your skin itching, breaking out in rashes. This is where all this comes from. This too, because radiation can do it. Radiation pulses can make your skin crawl and break out as well. It doesn't necessarily need this here, which this is my first time actually seeing the PM10 showing actual real. I'm gonna start coming here probably on the daily basis to take a look at it on the website, because it shows a little different on the phone. Now, the other site that I was going to was Breezometer. It showed everything accurately. They Google removed Breezometer December the 22nd before they start doing all of this stuff, because it's accurate to the point. And when I mean 95 to 99% accurate, that's how accurate that website was. And they knew it, and they took it down. They took it down on the first Arctic blast that weekend in Chicago, and I have pictures. That's why they take it down. They watch my accounts. I don't care. Now let's get to what nitrogen dioxide is, so you guys can understand what it is that you're feeling on the day-to-day basis. Let me make sure I recommend some other. One second. Sending out messages through the phone right now. What's that guy name? One second. Hey, here we go. Him. Do. Conscious. All right. Let's get this cracking. All right. So I sent those out. All right, let's get it cracking. So nitrogen dioxide. Now we seen NO2. Now trust me when I say this, that there has been studies that has been done on the rats to show you, in chickens, to show you what NO2 does to the body. Okay. Let's go back to the nitrogen dioxide. So let's talk about this, because this is going to be a lot of symptoms that people around yourself is having right now as we speak. Whatever area you're in, wherever state, city you're in, share this video out, this live out right now, because we're going to get into a few deep conversations about this, and I'm going to pull up a few some information for you guys to kind of take a look at. We're going to go through, and yeah, we're going to get this cracking right now. So nitrogen dioxide can affect when you breathe in. It may cause mutations. It's very important to understand that, because this is what these people talk about. They talk about The mutations is mutating, it's mutating. The virus is always mutating. Air pollution, when they're talking about this shit, when it's coming, this right here is usually higher than what it should be. That these guidelines are, it's not that one. What did I do have it. I'll get it in just a second. All right, so contact can irritate and burn the skin in the eyes, possible eye damage. Okay, this is why I come on here and I get pissed. This is why I wear my mask. That I got a gas mask now as well. Dioxide can irritate the nose and the throat. This is why people wake up in the morning, feel like they have a sore throat or their nose is blocked up and they think they have a sinus infection. But if you don't have the best protection on your windows, if you don't have the best weather protection, you don't have yours, that nitrogen dioxide will get in your home because this stuff does go up at night. All right. You guys want to see? Let me show you because we're already here. Let's take a look at Kansas. This is Kansas City. Their nitrogen dioxide is up right now as we speak, right? This is going into overnight. It's still up. We're in the morning on Tuesday. This is a forecast. This is the future. How do you know the nitrogen dioxide is going to be this high in the future? How do you forecast that? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves. Look, this is Kansas City, Missouri now. It still ain't went down. They're in trouble. That's all I can say, man. That doesn't. Why is nitrogen dioxide? Why is the PM10 that high? Kansas City under attack, in my opinion. Okay, why is that? Okay, so I'm going to show you this here, and then I'm going to show you how nitrogen dioxide can be produced. Hit with a bunch of nitrogen dioxide, and I guarantee you that ozone might be a little bit higher than what they say it is. It might not be. You have to go to the Weather Channel to actually see that, because for some odd reason I don't get the best reading on this particular app, which is why I think they shut down the breezometer, because you have is. So let's just take a look at the Weather Channel real quick. Before we do that, I want you to look. Damn. Did I really do that? Oh, here we go. This is the book we're going to look at as well, the World Health Organization Global Air Quality Guidelines. It tells you a lot of good information there so you can study the air pollution and understand what it is that we're breathing in. Because they do break it down. They're not hiding this information. We just don't know where to look. And because we're so interested in somebody feeding us the information, nobody does the research. It makes it, and everybody's on their own tune. It makes it harder for people to put this information together. And that's why I'm here to bring this information. Because it took me some time to kind of put this together to really understand. I went through a lot of exposing myself to this, like literally just going outside. I went outside without wearing a mask for the first 3 years that COVID started. And I do want to apologize because when I first started talking about this, I was saying that COVID wasn't, I was definitely saying that I didn't believe in it, but I didn't understand it, because all of this here that we're looking at is included with that. COVID is a complex system. It's not just one thing. It's a multitude of things. It's the phones that you sleep with in your bed. It's the Wi-Fi you sleep by in your home. It's the smart TVs you sleep with in your room. It is depriving you of oxygen. It's all a part of it. So this is Kansas City on the website. So it's moderate for this nitrogen dioxide that I'm looking at. This might be a whole different area. Look at the ozone. The ozone is higher than what we're seeing on the actual so this is giving you weather. The Weather Channel is giving you some bullshit right now on the PM 2.5 and on the PM 10. We've seen those to be a little higher on the Plume app, and then this is here is, and now I'm getting the ozone and nitrogen dioxide together. They all cause correct the air pollution. They're going to keep getting away doing with the things that they're doing, and they're going to keep lying to us. So where we see right here, it says breathing nitrogen dioxide can irritate the lungs, causing coughing, that's your whooping cough, shortness of breath, higher exposure to fluid in the lungs, pulmonary edema, a medical emergency with severe shortness of breath. High levels can interfere with the ability of the blood to carry oxygen basically to the brain, causing headache, fatigue, dizziness, and blue in lips, methylmoglobinemia, methylmoglobinemia. Higher levels can cause trouble breathing, collapse, and even death. We seen this in 2020. They were doing it in 2020. This is why it's important to share this message, because people are not talking about this right here. Well, we are talking about it, but no, many people are not going into detail what these things is doing to us, right? So what is nitrogen dioxide? Is it a dark brown yellowish liquid, reddish brown gas with a strong odor? It is used to produce other chemicals as a nitrating and oxidizing agent, a bleaching flour, rocket fuel, smoking, blah blah blah, bunch of extra bullshit, right? So there was something else I wanted to see on here. It gives you exposure limits, but I'm going to show you how they change the exposure limits here. So the exposure limits is in parts per million, right? So this is how they start playing with the requirements. This is actually very high, right? When they say parts per million, parts per billion is a lot lesser. It affects you in parts per billion as well. Okay. Then you have the micrograms. Well, the World Health Organization records it in micrograms. So this is why I say this plays with you, right? This is not giving you accuracy. This is bullshit, right? This is how they play with you. It's all like what's the new term? Word salad. It's a fucking word salad. Okay. When you get hit with nitrogen dioxide, I can tell you this, and I've researched this, right? When you get hit with it,